Welcome, everyone, to Find Your Magic, a special presentation on the North Node in the sign of Pisces. And if you're catching this live, today it's the 30th of January. Well, Pisces, we have a triple conjunction in Pisces with the North Node, Venus, and Neptune. So it's a very, very magical aspect. Three of these energies are coming together, which is perfect because we had the new moon in Aquarius on January 29th. Which means that that energy of that triple conjunction, which is very magical, we'll talk more about it, that's going to be in effect until the beginning of February, like the first week of February. But most important, the intentions that you make for the new moon in Aquarius on the 29th, well, they're going to reach fruition by your full moon in Aquarius in August 9th. So this triple conjunction is really important. It's very, very magical. So I wanted to do a presentation on it. So welcome to my channel if you are new here, and welcome back if you are returning. I'm Joshua the Psychic, and you can check out all of my services in the description below. All of my links are there. So the North Node is in Pisces, and that is really the key to our presentation. Yeah, sure, we do have that conjunction, triple conjunction with Venus as well as Neptune, which is really awesome and fantastic. It's very romantic. It's very creative. It's very imaginative. It just is sometimes important to stay grounded. And with this North Node, though, which is the most important thing because it changed from Aries to Pisces on January 11th, and we'll have the North Node in Pisces until July 26, 2026. So this is a time to align with our higher purpose, our intuition, and our spiritual growth. And Saturn has been in Pisces too, so you really want to master this Pisces energy because not only is the North Node there indicating our collective destiny, not only is Saturn there giving us important lessons, but with this triple conjunction, you don't want to miss out on the magic of it, because if you can dream it, it must exist somewhere, right? Like if you can't imagine non-existence. And that's really what Pisces teaches us. Pisces is really all about ideally creating on the inner world how you want to feel, how you want things to be. And then you go about your business, you go about your life, you express yourself, and those feelings are externalized. They're manifested. So you always want to remember that when you're talking about creating your ideal reality, it's always an internal job. You always want to make sure that the inner landscape is feeling really, really good. And that whatever is going on internally feels good and lines up with your ideals, because that's what you're going to manifest, whatever is on the inner plane. So with the Pisces energy, you want to embrace the cosmic flow. Out of all the signs of the zodiac, Pisces is the most evolved. It's the last sign of the zodiac. Without Pisces, the spine of the zodiac, the whole zodiac would fall apart. And it's all about flow, right? Pisces, because they're so spiritual, their earthly lives, not all of them, some of them overcompensate, but because Pisces is so spiritual, their earthly lives are not always together, right? Mundane things like unloading the dishwasher or paying the gas bill, things like that. They're not really good at that. I mean, they can be if they work at it, but really Pisces just wants to dream. It wants to be on an island of romance and joy. So we have to sometimes be more practical or really double down on our practical tasks, our duties, those mundane things, those Virgo things, really. So you want to embrace the cosmic flow because Pisces invites us to dream big, to trust our instincts, and to release what no longer serves us. Hello, Kasmar. Nice to see you. Welcome. So when you're dealing with Pisces energy or 12th house energy, you win by letting go. You win by just saying, you know what? I can't do it. I'm just going to let go and let God. That's how you win. Hello, sunflowers. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining. So with the Pisces energy, you win by letting go and letting God. And what we're going to do is going to go through the whole zodiac, and you can look at your rising sign, your sun sign, even your moon sign if you're so inclined. And that's the area of your life where there's going to be extra magic now until like the first week of February, because we have a triple conjunction in Pisces involving the North Node, Venus, planet of love, and Neptune. So you want to really imagine how you want things to be. And you want to make sure that you're going with that cosmic flow. You just want to close up a cycle in this area of your life. So what you might want to do is look back to June 2006 to December 2007, because that's the last time the North Node was in Pisces. Now, if you were going through a bad patch during that time, don't worry, because you're older now and you're wiser now. And if it was a bad time during that period, or if something went awry, remember, you're a different person. And it would help for you to look at what did happen during that time, whether it's positive or negative, and see how you might want to make it better. What themes, experiences, and lessons shaped you 2006 to 2007? Because it's like these themes are going to be repeating in your life, and you want to make sure that this second time around, you're making the most of those energies. And you'll be able to do so much better, I think, because of this alignment this week, especially because we have the new moon on the 29th. So the energy of the new moon has this triple conjunction. That's very, very auspicious. So tonight we're going to actually do some treatments for you for every single sign. And I learned about treatments from Florence Scovel Shinn. She was around from 1871 to 1940. She was a Libra, and she was really ahead of her time. She was a metaphysical teacher who empowered people through affirmations, visualization, and spiritual principles to manifest abundance and healing. And what she would do for people, she would give them treatments. So if somebody was going through difficulty in their love life, she would say, you're just not, she would tell her, let's say, that you're experiencing separation. You're not recognizing the oneness between you and the man you love, for instance. And she might actually give them a treatment saying you're absolved of this, or you're free now because of this. And people would come to her and she would do these treatments. And some people would say to her, can you treat? I'm having issues in this area. Can you treat? So tonight what we're going to do is actually do some treatments, and we'll see how it goes. You got to remember that all healing is self-healing. All love is really self-love, because, for instance, when you're loving somebody, it's coming through you. So it's almost like you got to love yourself, and that love that you have for yourself, then you're giving it to somebody else. And the same thing with healing. It's all you. You're doing it. Yeah, the doctor might facilitate. The medication you take might help. The affirmations you say help, of course, but what other people say to you might help too. But at the end of the day, you're doing it yourself. So we'll do some treatments for every single sign, and that should help you. So she really empowered people through all of these things. And I would encourage you to check out her work. It's all in the public domain. You do a search for her, you'll find plenty of books. Even on Audible, you can search for her, and I believe all of her books, or quite a few of them, are free. So her treatments focused on shifting mindset, aligning with divine flow, and using affirmations to overcome challenges and transform lives. And she was very successful. So we'll do some treatments for every single sign, and we'll talk about how this works, how the North Node will work for you. So Aries, the North Node in Pisces is hitting your 12th house. So it's a subconscious. It's about endings. You want to focus, if you can, Aries, on rest and rejuvenation. Take time for extra sleep and relaxation. Recharge your spiritual energy and your batteries. especially because we do have the sun entering Pisces on February 18th. And your birthday will be after that, right? Because Aries comes after Pisces. So you want to make sure that you're ready to jump out of that cake. And in order to do so, you got to release the past. You got to close up cycles. It will be helpful for you with the North Node in Pisces to practice meditation or mindfulness, to quiet the mind, and to connect with your subconscious. Sometimes it's good to just make peace of mind your only goal. Aries, you can utilize this energy to let go of any old fears or limiting beliefs and use affirmations to shift your mindset toward healing. Now, these treatments, you can say this to yourself. You can say to yourself the way it's written, i.e. giving yourself a directive, or you can listen to me say it, or you could actually change the pronoun. Instead of you are strong, you can say I am strong. So the treatment for you is you are strong, yet peace you seek. Release the past. Let your mind be sleek. Trust the flow. Let stillness guide. In quiet moments, peace resides. So just make peace of mind your only goal. And let go of anything that doesn't feel good in your brain. If it's a thought that doesn't feel good, let it go. Remember, you always have the power to see things differently. So Taurus, the North Node in Pisces, as well as that triple conjunction, is in your 11th house of friends, hopes, wishes, dreams, ideals. The 11th house is the house of why not? Why not do what I want to do? The theory being that when you have a desire, that comes with the built-in prerequisite ability for you to achieve it. So with the North Node in your 11th until July 2026, strengthen your connections with like-minded groups of people. Who gets you? What tribe is yours? Find groups that inspire you and encourage your creativity. This is a really good networking transit for you. I would say if you're looking to make any moves professionally, creatively, your network is going to be able to help you. Your friends will be able to help you. Be open, Taurus, to receiving support from others. Allow yourself to lean into the flow of compassion. Have compassion for yourself, have compassion for other people, and you'll get that back. The 11th house has to do with long-term dreams and goals, so reflect on those. Align with your heart's true desires. What would you do if you knew that you couldn't fail? And a treatment for you, you could say to yourself, you are grounded, yet dreams take flight. Embrace the vision, let friendships ignite. Release the need for all to know. Trust the whispers that softly flow. So with release the need for all to know, you want to make sure that you're being judicious in terms of who you tell your goals and your dreams to. Sometimes, just because we're all human, friends can get jealous, right? And you really want to watch out for that because friends are supposed to empower you. They're supposed to share with you, ideally, the vision that you have for yourself. And if somebody's caught up in envy, or they're not going after their goals, or they quit, then they're not going to be supportive of you. They're going to rain on your parade. So be very judicious with the people that are around you. Ideally, you'll be around people who are going where you want to go or who have gone where you want to go. In any case, just make sure the people that are around you are supportive. And if you see a hint of jealousy, just beware, because the whole point of having friends is to push you to achieve your high dreams, not to cut you down. So just keep that in mind and enjoy this transit. So Gemini, the North Node in Pisces will be transiting your 10th house of status. This is about your career, your reputation, how the world sees you, what you're known for, your legacy, what you leave behind. It aligns with the father principle, and it's really all about leadership and taking the lead. So what you may want to do is use your creative imagination, Pisces, to bring new ideas to your professional life. Like, what would be awesome for you to do professionally? How could you fall in love with your life? What do you want to do all the time? What are you most passionate about? Because at the end of the day, sure, you could work hard and put in a lot of hours, but if you're doing what you're passionate about, it's not going to feel like work. And a byproduct of that is you'll actually look younger because, when time goes by really fast and you're in the zone and you're enjoying yourself, well, you don't age. Theoretically, you don't age during that time. So if you want to look even younger, make sure you're doing what you love. Embrace compassionate leadership. Lead with kindness and empathy in your career. Make sure you're letting go of any rigid goals or expectations. Trust that the universe will guide your career path to success. Sometimes it's just about asking, Spirit, help me find out what my best path is, right? And a treatment for you, you are clever, your path is clear. Release the stress, your goals are near. Dreams take shape with gentle grace. Trust your soul's guiding embrace. And enjoy this transit. So Cancer, this Piscean transit, the North Node in Pisces, is hitting your 9th house of expansion and growth. It's all about experiencing more of the world and letting the world experience more than you. Think of travel. When you travel, you're experiencing more of the world and you're meeting people, usually, and they're experiencing more of you. The 9th house also has to do with publishing and broadcast. So when you publish a book, you're sharing yourself with the world and it's being distributed all around the world. Same thing if you're broadcasting something. The 9th house also has to do with entrepreneurship. So this could be a really great time for you to dream your dream about what your ideal business looks like. During this transit, open yourself up to spiritual exploration and higher education that expands your mind. You also might go to school. The 9th house has to do with expansion and growth in that regard too. In the old days, travel was a form of education, which makes sense. But the 9th house transit that you're going through with the North Node, it could also be about grad school or expanding your mind in some capacity, taking classes, doing a deep dive into some subject. Let your imagination guide your travel and your experiences. What would that perfect trip look like? What do you want to experience? And take a leap of faith in a new adventure. That's really what the 9th house is about. It's about taking a leap of faith. Think about going to a foreign country. Well, that's a big leap of faith, right? Because you don't know anybody. You don't know anything. Even going to college is a leap of faith. You're going to be investing all that money and all those years into your education. You don't know whether or not it's going to result in what you want it to. So allow yourself to take a leap of faith in a new adventure. Practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for any past mistakes. Release any guilt that may be holding you back. If you feel guilty, you might not allow yourself to expand and grow, right? And I would also say that make your heart feel good. Because if your heart feels good, if you're feeling good, you're going to want to expand and grow. Contrastingly, if you're feeling sad or your heart's hurt or broken, you're going to want to shrink. You're going to want to cave in. You're not going to want to expand. So a treatment for you may be, you are nurturing, let wisdom bloom. Release the limits, let spirit zoom. Trust the journey, expand your view. The universe holds what's meant for you. And enjoy this transit. So Leo, you got Pisces and that North Node in your 8th house of rebirth. So, Leo, it's going to be important for you to really let go, because not only is Pisces all about letting go, but the 8th house is about rebirth and death, metamorphosis. So you're growing, and growth is not always easy. It can be very painful, especially for a fixed, prideful sign like yourself. Sometimes we stay in jobs and we stay in relationships just because we've invested so much. And it's almost really embarrassing to think, I put all of this effort and energy into this relationship or into this career, all for what? So I can abandon it now? But it's a matter of everything that you gain through those experiences. It's not for nothing. You can apply it to other things. And you'll find that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only take another form of energy. So say you love somebody really, really deeply, and you poured your heart and your soul into this person, and they betrayed you. Well, they didn't accept the love that you gave them, but that doesn't mean that that love disappears. And I've seen this happen, that the love that you gave to that person, since they weren't open to it, it goes elsewhere, and it can manifest something else for you, someone else for you. And the same thing with any experiences. So keep that in mind. Embrace transformation through emotional healing during this period, Leo. Let go of any old baggage that's preventing your growth. Allow your intuition to guide you in matters of shared resources or intimate relationships. That Pisces energy is very romantic and very idealistic, but it's also very psychic and intuitive. So if you have a sense that somebody's going to let you down, well, you might be right. Then again, you could be just cagey and defensive. So just look closely when choosing people that you are going to get close to. Just look closely, vet them. Focus on deepening your connection to your own inner power through creative self-expression or therapy. That would be really good, even if you're expressing yourself through writing or art, etc. That will help, because you want to make sure that you're releasing anything that doesn't feel good. And with this transit, your life is probably going to go through some kind of transition. Something is probably going to metaphorically die in your life. You might be leaving a job, a career, a person, a mindset, a way of living. Where you live, you might move, but there's some kind of transformation that is likely between now and, say, July 2026. And a treatment for you: you are bold, yet transformation calls. Release the fear, tear down the walls. Let your soul flow, trust what's to be, embrace renewal. You're finally free. Because although you're fixed and stubborn and prideful at times, when you let go of what no longer serves you, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel great, and you're going to say, why didn't I do this several years ago, months ago, whatever? So good luck to you with that. So Virgo, the North Node in Pisces, of course, is in your 7th house of partnerships, because Pisces is your opposite sign. And it's going to be important for you to remember that separation is an illusion. Pisces teaches us that we're all one. So with your partner, you are one. So why would you need to worry about what your partner is doing, or whether or not your partner is the right one for you, right? You're one with the all, right? And a partner that you have, if they're not pleasing you, well, there's another partner that could, and you're one with that partner too. So you want to remember, with the 7th house Pisces energy, that you can't believe in separation and allow yourself to enjoy union, right? So in terms of your lover in life or your partners in life, you want to allow yourself to know that you're all one. You're intrinsically connected, that the separation is an illusion. Because you don't want to imagine separation, or you don't want to imagine interference. A lot of women believe that there's another woman that is going to try to take the man that they love. And it's only, theoretically, your belief in separation that makes that enter your mind, right? So you're one with your love. And if you're feeling bad in your relationship, maybe you're one with another love, right? So focus on building compassionate partnerships. Be sure to nurture your emotional well-being. Release the need for perfection in your relationships. Because again, that self node, of course, is in Virgo. So we're releasing low-level Virgo energy. Allow space for emotional vulnerability and trust. That's going to be key. Letting your partners be vulnerable with you and fostering that trust. And also, you can use creativity to find new solutions to any relationship challenges you may be experiencing. A treatment for you: you are practical, yet love's your guide. Release control, let feelings glide. Trust the flow of give and take. In unity, your heart will wake. So you're at one with your heart's desire, right? You're at one with your love. So keep that in mind. And if it's not the person that you're with now, well, maybe it's another person. And the journey to get to that person might not be very long if you can internalize the notion that you're already at one with them. You don't want to believe in separation for anything that you want, because there is that law of one. So whatever you want is part of you. So good luck with that, Virgo. I think you'll be great. So Libra, the North Node in Pisces is hitting your 6th house of lifestyle. So that's about your day-to-day regime, your habits, your tasks, the nuts and bolts of your daily operations, what you do habitually day in and day out, i.e. the toast that you have for breakfast, the workout you have at the gym, your commute to work, your job, what you do. And it's a wonderful time to add magic to every single day of your life. How can you make every single day beautiful? How can you add beauty and love and compassion and joy to even the most mundane tasks? Because the 6th house is not really fun. The 6th house is the things that we have to do to keep our life running like a well-oiled machine, right? And it's important because if you create those habits that are intended to get you to where you want to go, it's going to be a matter of course. You're just going to get there. And with Saturn in Pisces, the North Node in Pisces, all this Pisces energy, we're really all being inclined to make spirituality a practice, a regular practice. What are you ritualizing? Be it when you're making your bed or putting on your makeup or doing your workout. How can you spiritualize it? How can you make it more creative? So cultivate a compassionate routine. Make sure you're being compassionate with yourself. Prioritize your self-care. If you need a day off, well, give yourself a day off. If you need to, sometimes even in terms of like diet, I mean, it's important to follow certain conventions, and so you're feeling good physically. But I feel like there is a benefit psychologically to saying, you know what, I'm going to eat what I want today or for this meal. Like it just psychologically gives you a sense of freedom. So allow yourself to balance. Include gentle exercise and mindful eating. Let go of any work-related stress by learning to delegate and ask for help. Ask for help from other people. Libras can typically be people pleasers. So you want to make sure that you're not doing anything above your pay grade, right? In terms of work. Don't needlessly sacrifice. Tap into your creative potential by finding ways to incorporate imagination into your daily tasks. For instance, when you're washing dishes, you could be washing away the pain of the world, or you're running, you're allowing yourself to shake anything off, like that old commercial. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair, right? That's a very sixth house Pisces thing. I mean, the little things that we do, those mundane tasks, can actually be really ritualized. Because again, your subconscious doesn't know. And if it's a placebo, well, so what if it works? If when you're making your bed, you're setting yourself up for a beautiful night's sleep. Again, remember, the first form of magic, if you want to even call it that, is thought. So when you're making your bed and you're spraying maybe lavender on it, you're going to make that intention. You're going to have very sweet dreams. You're going to get your beauty sleep. You're going to wake up really well rested. So treatment for you. You are balanced, yet you need rest. Release the strain. Oh, sorry. Let me start again. You are balanced, yet rest you need. Release the strain. Let your body lead. Nourish the spirit. Ease the mind. Holistic health is what you'll find. So this could be a really good transit for you, Libra, to find the right combination of things to make you well and happy. Maybe you need to work out. Maybe you need to go out to dinner with your friends. Maybe you want to go to the movies. Maybe you need some time by yourself. So just trust yourself and always follow what is most exciting to you, because that's your built-in mechanism that says, oh, this is for you. This is going to go better than anything else. So good luck with that, Libra. So Scorpio, this is going to be really nice for you. You're very compatible with Pisces, fellow water sign. So it's hitting your fifth house of pleasure. And this is anything that brings you joy. It could be going gambling. It could be playing baseball. It could be watching movies. The fifth house also has to do with your creations, which could be your creative projects, but also your children if you have children. So let your creativity flow. Scorpio, dive into artistic projects, self-expression, and hobbies that bring you joy. Release any fear that you may have around romantic or creative self-expression. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit or the benefit of the doubt. Oh, I can't draw a straight line with the ruler. Well, now that you said that, probably right? So don't underestimate yourself. You don't know exactly what you can or cannot do. I can't do this. I can't do that. Don't say that, because you're limiting yourself. And what if that thing you're saying that you can't do actually brought you a lot of joy? And with that joy comes health and better relationships, etc. So open your heart to love and fun. Life is supposed to be joyful. There's no point of suffering. They say the only point of suffering is to learn how not to suffer. Practice self-compassion in how you approach your creative endeavors. If you're doing something creative, you might not get it straight away. So be patient with yourself and acknowledge your unique talents. There's certain things that only you can do, and only the way that you can do them. So a treatment for you: you are powerful, creativity soars. Release the doubt, let joy restore. Trust the spark, let your heart create. In fun and art, you'll find your fate. So that should be a really good one for you, Scorpio. I hope you enjoy it. So Sagittarius, this is an important one for you because it's angular. Pisces, like yourself, is a mutable sign, and therefore it squares your sign, and it's angular, meaning it's in your fourth house. So it's all about emotional security for you. Typically, the fourth house is called House of Home and Family, but it really is all about your emotional foundation. Where do you go to collapse? Where do you go to be vulnerable? And we all need that, right? Because the opposite of the fourth house is the 10th house. When you're in the public and you're being a leader and you're strong and you have to bring it. The 10th house is about your career. The fourth house, the transit you're going through, is about your home and your family. And you'll see that it's like an axis. So if things are going well in your home, they can go well in your professional life and vice versa. That's not to say that, of course, sometimes you have a terrible things going on at home and career is going well, but you can really utilize that fourth house for anything that you want because it's angular. So it's a very important transit for you. Create a compassionate, nurturing home environment that supports your emotional well-being. Do you have a space for refuge? Do you have a space where you can go to collapse and not feel as if you have to be on? How can you really get in touch with the divine mother? Because the divine father would be reminiscent of the 10th house, which has to do with your career, and the divine mother is the fourth house, which has to do with unconditional love. Think of like those parents and that see their kids drawing and it's like scribbly and terrible. And they're like, oh my God, he's Picasso. And yeah, I mean, kid's not Picasso and maybe not talented one bit, but that unconditional love and acceptance, that's what you need. You need at times to be coddled. You need at times to be told, you're perfect. Even if you know that we all have work to do, right? So make sure your home is really comfortable. Let go of any family wounds or attachments that are preventing you from finding peace at home. As soon as you wind up forgiving, there's energy that opens up and you can make your dreams come true. If you're holding on to resentment, you're screwing yourself because that's blocking the new stuff that could come in that could give you a different story. Sagittarius typically doesn't really have much resentment, but if there is anything lingering, you know, send love to the person. They don't even have to be in your life if you don't want them to be, but it's a good idea to wish them well and to send them love and to bless anything from the past. Because remember, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only take another form of energy. So when you forgive, you're releasing that energy and you're able to create a new story. Tap into your intuition to make your home a sanctuary for both yourself and your loved ones. Intuitively, what do you feel like your home needs? Do you need a beanbag? Do you need a jacuzzi? Do you need to move? Do you need a whole new house? And a treatment for you, Sagittarius, you are adventurous, but rest is due. Release old fears, let your heart renew. Create a haven where peace abides. In your roots, your strength resides. So wherever it is that you're coming from, even if you're disconnected from your family or don't always agree with them, those are your roots and you have to strengthen them in some capacity, or it's a matter of creating new roots, right? And nourishing and nurturing those roots so you're feeling really, really connected. Life is really an emotional game, meaning if you can feel good emotionally about something, it's going to likely work out in your favor. And that's particularly true with this triple conjunction and the North Node in Pisces. Because we get in life what we subconsciously believe that we deserve, right? And the fourth house is a water house. So it's all about your foundation. What new emotional foundation do you need to create for yourself? Maybe it's all about unconditional love. So good luck with that. I think it'll be good for you. So Capricorn, the North Node is hitting your third house of communication. So the third house has to do with a lot. It's aligned with the sign of Gemini. And as you know, Gemini is jack of all trades and knows so much about so many things. And similarly, the third house has to do with your mindset. It has to do with your communication, the writing, the things that you say. It has to do with your siblings, your neighbors, your neighborhood, short distance travels, paperwork, things that you do on a regular basis, your socializing. It's a lot, but it starts with your mind. So you want to utilize this transit by really tapping into your imagination and maybe even visualizing how communications go, how you want them to go. Like, say you have a presentation. Well, visualize yourself giving it beautifully. Or say you have to have a tough conversation with somebody. See yourself giving them that conversation and it going smoothly. So use your imagination to connect with others through communication, whether it's writing, speaking, or creative projects. Embrace a more compassionate and gentle way of communicating with those around you. Not everybody is as tough and strong as you, Capricorn, and a lot of them are a lot more sensitive. So I feel like with Pisces, the North Node in Pisces transiting your third, that you really want to make sure that you're putting in a nice sensitivity chip in your communication, in yourself for your communication, so you can communicate with more sensitivity, more of a gentle way of communicating, because not everybody is as strong as you. Capricorns are from School of Hard Knocks. They've had tough lives, and that's why usually they're very successful and they're very reliable. They're very strong people. But that strength didn't come from nothing. That strength came because, well, they had tough stuff to deal with, right? So as you grow older, Capricorn, you're going to loosen up a bit. Not only that, but Capricorns grow old in reverse, meaning they look younger at 50 than they do 40, younger at 40 than they do 30, because life was so tough for them in their early years of development. So allow yourself to be gentle with other people. You don't have to be such a hard ass, is what I'm saying. And let go of any rigid ideas or beliefs that limit your ability to think outside the box. Think in another way. Remember, you can always see things differently, and creativity can actually be really good for you, especially in terms of writing or speaking or other forms of communication. And a treatment for you, you are driven, yet let thoughts flow. Release the limits, let ideas grow. Speak with truth, let intuition lead. In clarity, your mind is freed. And enjoy this transit. So Aquarius, Pisces is in your second house. So that's where the North Node and that magical triple conjunction is. So it's about your values. It's about your self-worth, which then translate to your finances. It's about your voice and how you can express yourself. If you're expressing your talents, you'll have talent. And talent in biblical times was money or a unit of measure, right? You would get 2 talents for this, right? So when you're expressing your talents, you're able to cash in on those and make money. So explore your talents. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make money doing what your talent is. But for instance, say you love to sing and you have a job and you're working on Wall Street, just let's say. Well, the singing that you do is going to open your throat chakra, and it's going to help you on Wall Street in your job. That doesn't mean you have to sing on Wall Street. That would be silly, right? Likewise, I mean, you could also explore your talents and try to cash in on them. But you just want to make sure you're expressing yourself. You also want to make sure you're tapping into what really matters to you at this juncture. What are your priorities? What are your values? Because value fulfillment is happiness, and Aquarians can sometimes be detached. So you really got to check in and say, how do I feel about this area of my life? Or how do I feel about where I'm going here? So focus on aligning your values with your spiritual goals. Let compassion for yourself and other people guide your decisions. Let go of any material worries and focus on cultivating inner peace through self-reflection and creativity. The last thing you want to do is ever worry about money. Worrying about money stops its flow. And Pisces is the ruler of your second house. So it's all about flow. If you flow, the finances will flow. If you worry, the finances aren't going to flow. And I would also say be more open to money coming to you in unexpected ways. There's different ways money might fall into your lap, and allow yourself to be open to those ways. Use your intuition to attract financial abundance and opportunities in alignment with your true worth. So the more you can be authentic and honor your true self, the easier it's going to be for people to find you, to give you those jobs and those really nice paychecks. A treatment for you is you are unique, but ease the stress, release the worry, trust the process. Abundance flows like water's grace. In your worth, you find your place. And enjoy this transit, Aquarius. So Pisces, this is all about you, this transit, really. The North Node is in your sign with this triple conjunction. My goodness, there's probably very little you can't do. I would certainly make intentions if you're watching this on the week of January 29th, 2025. And even if you're not, you guys are very, very magical. So this triple conjunction and that North Node is in Pisces. That's your first house of your identity. It's your personality. And if you want a new personal reality, well, it all has to do with your personality. So if you change your personality, you'll create a new personal reality. So it might be helpful to determine what personal reality you want and to fashion a personality around that, right? The first house has to do with your perspective, the way you see things, and you want to make sure that you're seeing things the way you want them to be. Seek and we shall find. So if you're looking to find what it is that you want to see, you're going to find it. But if you're looking for problems, you're going to find those too. You always want to look at life through the lens of wonder and perfection, right? Things are always working out for me. This is a beautiful universe. What a wonderful world, etc. And you also want to think about how you're presenting yourself. The first house does have to do with the package you present to the world. So in light of your new goals, where you want to go, who you are authentically, does your outer packaging, the clothes you wear, your hairstyle, your mannerisms, your walk, your gaits, your comportment, does that align with who you want to be, right? And this is a great time for you to make any changes in that area. I would do so certainly before Venus goes retrograde. So make haste, but you still have, you have 6 months really. I would really utilize this triple conjunction that is active, this new moon in Aquarius, January 29th, 2025, and see what you can do over the next 6 months in regards to your identity. So step into your authentic self, allow compassion to be the core of how you present yourself to the world, right? Because again, it's the law of one. If you're compassionate to other people, well, you're compassionate to yourself. And if you're compassionate to yourself, well, other people are going to be compassionate to you, which I don't think you need much help in that area. You're pretty compassionate people. Use your imagination to visualize the future you want over and over again. Return to that vision. Return home. Go home to that vision all the time. Because we get in life what we focus on. There's no other main rule. So do yourself a favor and don't give yourself the luxury of a negative thought. You might want to create a vision board or even like a screensaver for yourself that just keeps you on track. A nice reminder. Oh yeah, I'm love. Oh yeah, I'm going toward more love and abundance. Be sure to release any self-doubt or fears about being too much. I have a lot of clients that have said, I'm worried about being too much. Well, that's other people's problem, right? And the cool thing is, it's so nice to know that most people don't care. They just don't give a damn. They're so wrapped up into themselves that they couldn't care less about you, which I don't mean that to be insulting. It should be liberating, right? Because nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. So don't worry about how you're presenting yourself as long as it's true, as long as it's authentic to you. Embrace your true magical essence. And a treatment for you is you are magical, your spirit shines. Release the doubts, trust in your signs. Embrace your power, your true design. In self-love, your path aligns. And enjoy the North Node as well as Venus and Neptune in your sign. That's going to be awesome. You got the North Node, you got Venus, you got Neptune there, Pisces. You can do everything. So we did it, folks. We went through all 12 signs of the zodiac for the North Node in Pisces. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, that's awesome. And you can feel free to leave me any comments if you have any questions, or if anybody in the chat has any questions before I go, you can let me know. But definitely, if you're catching this live or around the 29th of January, you want to make sure that you're focusing on what you want, because this new moon is really, really cool. Oh, you too, Casmar. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for This Week Astrology, and you can check out my website, psychicsun.com, if there's anything I can do for you. Take good care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.